This is The Nest, hosted by your least favorite host, Michael Keller. So this is the sort of unofficial, requested fourth episode, and I say that because this episode is brought to you only because I had nothing to do really, and one of my friends, shout out Rohan, said, just do a whole episode talking about fucking Fortnite. And yeah, I know. He's fucking stupid, and that's a lame-ass idea. So fuck you, Rohan, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I'm bored, and I hate that game, so I'm going to fucking talk about it and rant about it. Because it fucking sucks. But yeah, so this is a sort of unofficial fourth episode of the podcast, the Fortnite episode. Can't believe I just fucking said that. But yeah, as you all know, or for anyone who doesn't fucking know somehow, Fortnite, a super popular battle royale style game, which is just where you have like shitload of people on a giant map. You can either be like alone or with a team, and you just kill each other to get down to the last person, and then you fucking win. Honestly, how that wasn't a game beforehand is beyond me because that's such a simple fucking concept. But that's also, I guess, why it's so popular. Like, honestly, when I first heard of that, like, I was just like, I thought that it was like, holy shit, like, how is that not a thing already? Like, it came out in like 2017? Yeah, it was like 2017, it hasn't been out, it's been out like 2 years. Because it was like, I think it was sophomore year in college when I first saw it. It was at a friend's apartment. Shout out the boys from Burma. It was at their apartment. I just saw him playing. I was like, wait, what the? It was weird too, because like when it first came out, it doesn't look like any other games. It's not like focused. It's not like any other big like the big shooter games, especially as big as it got. Like it doesn't have like the same look or anything. It looks kind of just like cheeky. It's got this kind of like almost childish look to it. But like we went to their house, and one of my friends was playing it, and we were all just like talking at the table, and just slowly we just started to like do like double takes of the TV, like what the fuck is it? Like what are you playing? Like what is this right now? Like what am I watching right now? And I was like, oh dude, it's fucking Fortnite. You haven't heard of this shit? Like oh, it's the best. So we go over and start watching, and so I'm recording. Anyone who listened to the third episode will have heard how fucking thirsty I am, and I'm recording this right after the third episode, so I am still just as thirsty. So you'll hear the deer park make some appearances. But yeah, we were watching, and you get into it, and that's when it was like simple too. That's when it was like really basic. When anyone who played it back then, or if you don't know, like the tactical shotgun. And like the green one, that's like, for anyone who doesn't know, again, for anyone who doesn't know, the guns, like you can get better shit throughout the game. Like there's only a certain amount of guns, but they can all be better based on the color. And when it like first came out, like the green, everyone just said like the green tack. Green tack was the fucking best. Like if you got that, it was game over. Like you're just gonna fucking run shit. So, because I remember very vividly, too, my friend Hun Rui, shout out Rui, great fucking kid. He was like the one kind of coaching me through my first game, and I just got it, and he was just like, oh, dude, green tack. And I was like, okay, like, is that good? He was like, dude, that's the fucking best thing you can have. I was like, all right, let's go. The only thing is I fucking suck at it, so it's not like having that does any use in my garbage hands. But yeah, that was really what got the fucking ball rolling. I played one game and I was like, all right, yeah, I get it. Like this is fun. I fuck with it. So pretty much immediately we left their pad. This is still when sophomore year, so it was me, my three homies, Jack, Smain, Alex, shout out the boys, 1818. We went back to the apartment downtown, got it like that day, and just started ripping through fucking Fortnite games. Ripping through Fortnite games to the point where it became a bit of an issue in our apartment. Not for them, obviously, but for me, because as someone who isn't that fucking good at the game and who over time didn't get much better at the game, just got fucking sick of it. I got sick of hearing that stupid intro song. I got sick of the noises that the game made when you got fucking killed. I got annoyed with, and at the beginning too, like when it was really basic, when there wasn't like, now there's like vehicles and shit. Now there's like rocket launchers, jump pads, all this crazy shit that just makes the game, more exciting, and there's more shit to do. Back it was really just like 100 people, really basic weapons, and you're just trying to survive. And the way that you would do that is just by doing a lot more basic shit, hiding, building little structures, and that's still too when people didn't know, like, oh, if I can just learn how to build, if I can just do like Jesus level fucking carpentry on these fags, I'm just gonna run shit. You don't even need to be good at killing people if you can build like a fucking Playboy Mansion sized crib in 30 seconds. Who the fuck is gonna be able to kill you? You're not gonna be able to find you because you're gonna be 50 feet above them, in 30 seconds, just sniping down on their ass. So pretty quickly, I'll give it more credit. I wouldn't say pretty. I was into it for a while, like everyone. But I was definitely in our apartment the first one to drop off. And also, too, when you're in an apartment with one PlayStation, you're switching between people. And those games, if they don't, they can either go real quick. You can land somewhere on the map right next to someone and just get brained, and that's fucking game over for you. Or, it could take fucking like 20 minutes, it feels like. So that was one thing that annoyed me because I was bad, so I would just die quick, and then I'd have to wait like an hour for the next game because my friends were pretty decent at it. Alex was fucking lucky, too, because he was the only one that had his Xbox, so he could just go in his room and just run shit nonstop. But between me, Samay, and Jack, we would just alternate. I would die, and I'd be like, all right, fuck this. And Samay, this right at you, you're an asshole. You played like a fucking turd, just fucking bush camping, which is literally the most boring, like, you're just watching nothing happen. And no offense, May, but back then you weren't getting dubs every day, okay? You were getting fucking to the like top 10, and then we would just see you fucking die every time. And don't try to throw stats at me when you hear this. You know that you died, and Jack too, and we all did. We died a shitload of times. We did not get that many. For the amount of games that we played, we did not get the amount of dubs that we probably should have, that we were owed. But I mean, y'all know that we're overdue. We're overdue. So, yeah, I just started to fucking hate it. And the more I started to hate it, too, it just seemed like the more they fucking got into it, which just became, and, the thing that would annoy me the most, thing that I've brought up probably the most times that I've despised about Fortnite is having one PlayStation and one TV is you need to share. Now, the thing is about that, you have to figure, all right, this person's doing this thing, so they'll finish that, and then I'll do what I want. And then when I'm done that, someone else can do something. Now, luckily, the reason that we live together is we're four friends, and we have basically the similar interests. So whatever's going on the TV, we'll pretty much all be able to get into. It's not like one person has on the fucking home and garden channel while the others, want to watch like hardcore porn on it or something. So it was all pretty much, agreed upon shit on the TV. The only thing is, when it would be later in the night, we'd, let's say, have a movie on. Now, let's say, because, that's something I always got into. I loved, picking movies and watching them with the homies because we would always just, talk about ridiculous shit and crack jokes the whole time. The only thing is, unfortunately, y'all wouldn't have the fucking attention spans to get through the goddamn movies. So, with about 15 minutes left in every fucking movie we watched, I would just hear, Fortnite, trying to get a game in. And hearing that was like hearing, just fucking nails on a chalkboard to me. That would make me, and I know that, you guys were doing it at some points just to fuck with me, which I can get over. That's fine. But there is nothing more frustrating in my life than having to turn off a movie that I've just invested an hour and a half into to just cut it off with a few minutes left and then go to a game that I don't like and don't want to fucking play. But oh my God, that's like one of the things that has just made me hate Fortnite. Even that has nothing to do with the game itself. It was just the stigma I have against it now that I had to turn off movies to just go hear that bullshit. And y'all know that was coming. Y'all know that if I did this, that was going to come up, and I was going to have to toss you under the bus a little bit for that. But anyway, now that that's over, back to just the game itself. That shit's really changed. That shit is really, and it went through a really bad phase too, in my opinion. Like I've always been kind of on the fence with Fortnite. Like I'll get into it for a bit and play it a lot, and I'll fucking hate it as usual. But I'd say like, I don't know, maybe like last year, maybe like junior year of college for me. Like when fucking Ninja really popped off. That's when it just got. That's when the game just got lame for me, and I couldn't get into it. It just got way too cheeky. There was way too much shit in the game going on. I couldn't keep up. There was just so much. Like every time I booted the game up, there was like a whole new list of weapons and shit. A whole new thing on the map that I wasn't aware of, and it just got way too fast paced, way too big for its britches. That's like when everyone and their mom was fucking playing it, And it was just too much. I didn't care. Everyone was playing, so, you just had that many more people that were good at it and were going to fucking murk you. And, yeah, first off, fuck Ninja. That dude blows. And I'm not talking about blows at Fortnite. Just what a chotch. Like, when I found out he was like 30 or something and married, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I don't care if you're making millions, dude. Undye your hair. Take the fucking neon out of your room. You're not at like some gay German nightclub. Your whole room doesn't need to be blue and red at all times with fucking pulsating lights in the background. It just looks like fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna have a seizure watching you play this fucking game. I could never do that too. I can't watch. I think it's because I grew up with two older brothers who always played video games and who would play games and not let me play. So I would just have to sit there and watch them like an asshole. So I always have just had this issue with watching other people play games. Like, I don't care. I either don't want to watch or I want to play it myself. I have no interest. Like, unless, like, I can watch clips. Like, I'm a big fan of the Battlefield games. So I always like watching, like, the crazy, like, snipes and things or, like, shit you can do with, like, the planes and that. I can watch, like, high right. Oh, the highlight reel. But I can watch, like, I said it again, highlight reels of shit. But I can't sit there. Like, if you can tune in and watch a Twitch stream for 3 hours, that's just lame. I'm sorry. That's fucking a waste of time, in my opinion. That's so fucking stupid. But yeah, I can't get into that stuff. That dude sucks. I'm sure you all saw him try to do that dumbass. I loved seeing him actually try to do that dance, getting poured on at New Year's Eve, and everyone was just like, dude, fuck you. Go away. It is miserable weather. I just want to watch this ball drop at this point and go home. You think I'm going to goddamn dance now? And not only dance, but do a dance that is exclusively done by children online? Like, no. No one there. Like, everyone there is just like, they're probably coming off, like, they're probably hungover by that point. Because if you don't know, if you want to go to Times Square for New Year's, you don't just show up and like start partying. You have to be there at like 7 a.m. because they block off all the streets and you can't get in or out. Like, there's cops blocking all of them. Like, my parents, they weren't in fucking Times Square standing, but they just happened to be like in New York, and their hotel was in one of the blocked off streets. And they needed to get like letters from the hotel and shit to give to like cops to say like, hey, like, we need to get in and out to get to like our dinner, or get back to the hotel or whatnot. So you're fucking stuck there. And I don't think people realize, and I love thinking that just some people from like the Midwest or some shit are just like, oh my God, let's go to New York this year. Let's finally do it and see the ball drop, and don't realize that they're just huddled in like fucking cattle, in terrible weather too, because it's fucking New York in the winter. It's cold as shit. It's most likely going to be kind of rainy and overcast. Fucking blows. So you really do need to get plastered to make it any sort of enjoyable. So I like thinking that they just had they just went there with big wide eyes of New York, and then just had the worst fucking experience ever and never go back. It's like, oh my God, I thought it was going to be fun. I thought we were going to see the ball drop and go out. But no, they just get fucking mosh pitted for like 12 hours. Even more than that, because you straight up have to be there at like 7 a.m. and then you're there until midnight. That fucking sucks. Like, who wants to do that? My brother did it with one of his friends from the army because he wanted to do it. The kid, literally, I didn't even think of that. The kid was from Kansas. They did that. And they came back and they were like, that was awful. They look like both kids in the military. I'm pretty sure they looked more exhausted than anything they had ever done in any sort of training or overseas. They were fucking miserable when they came back. But back to the topic at hand, Fortnite. Yeah, it got too big for its britches there. It got way too big. I couldn't give a fuck about that game any less at a point. I've started to get back into it now just because, like, with this whole isolation bullshit. I'm really trying to not say quarantine, because I'm pretty sure quarantine isn't the right fucking word for it unless you've actually been exposed to the disease. I keep seeing everyone say, I'm quarantined. Like, no, you're fucking you're fine. You're just inside. You're not quarantined. You're just isolating yourself. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not saying quarantine, but either way. Now that everyone's just home and I got nothing to do, I've gotten back on it a little bit. And it is better now, I feel. I feel like they've toned it down a touch. There's not as much crazy shit going on. So yeah, it's been better, I guess. Also, too, one of my friends wanted me to talk about the Henchmen in the game. Again, if anyone doesn't know, now in the game, on parts of the map, there's just these computer... there's just like players in the game, but they're just computerized. They're called henchmen. They're just really suit-wearing little fucks that just go like... Blah, 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 and they'll just fucking shoot you with like the best... with like some gnarly-ass guns. But if you go to their spot... where they are on the map, you can get some pretty dope shit. It's funny, too, because I feel like a lot of the people that want to go and, like, go to, like, we always just call them hench spots. If you want to go there, always the people that are really adamant about it are the first people to fucking die when you get there. It's like, oh, thanks. Maybe learn what the fuck you're doing. And it's really not that hard. Like, if you get there and you literally just take the smallest amount of time to figure out where they are on the map, like, if you shoot them, they just do this weird little, gyrate where they're just like, blah, 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 blah. They'll just start, like, moving around, and they can't shoot you during that. So as long as you have more than, like, 10 bullets in your gun, you're fine. Just fucking start shooting them right away, and they won't kill you. The only thing is, though, when you have, like, a bunch of people in a squad, one person will be like, oh, I'm going to go get them, and you're not ready for it, you're not paying attention, you'll just get shot in the fucking back out of nowhere, and because most of them have decent shit, you'll fucking go down and you'll die, and it'll be so goddamn annoying to just go down and just hear blah, 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 blah in the fucking background. It makes you want to blow your fucking head off. So fuck the henchmen. Also, too, just funny story. We were out one night. I visited my friends. Shout out Cop and Croc Squad. Shout out Samay, Rohan, Surya. I visit them for spring break. I went down to Atlanta, visit those kids, and we went out one night. First out, shout out Atlanta as far as like nightlife goes. That place is sick. They have a bunch of dope shit to do. A lot of different bars, a lot of breweries too, which I didn't expect, but that was fucking awesome. And also too, because it's like Atlanta and like in the South and it's just warmer. I feel like a lot of the places we went to just had like an outdoor option in comparison to like New York or San Francisco, where it's more like just normal bars where you're inside. Like they all had like patios and like were just places just fucking like. We went to one brewery where there were just tables like in this like half parking lot, which is weird as it was. I kind of fucked with it. They just had like cornhole and shit, like very southern. Southern kind of bullshit to do there. But anyway, one of the nights we went out, we went to this club, and we got there, and there was just these two dudes dressed like fucking a-holes. Like, first off, you're at a club. You don't need a suit, okay? You know, you're not at a gala, okay? No one there is dressed in a fucking suit. Not only were they wearing a suit, they're wearing suits and glasses. Glasses that I think they were like Gucci glasses that I've never seen before, because they had like these shitty fake ass gold like cube. It was like you know those dumbass glasses that have like the little strap on the back that you can let them hang down, you know, if you're like a librarian or an asshole. You know, like the only people that wear those kind of glasses. But they had like these little like gold like Cuban link fucking chain on it to keep it on their head, I guess. And they just one of my friends, I think it was Surya, pointed out. He was like, "Oh, dude, they're fucking henchmen. Those are the henchmen." And at that point, I hadn't played Fortnite in a while, so I didn't even know that was like a reference to that. I was just like, sure, like I guess like it was two guys and they looked similar, so I just assumed it was like some. I didn't even know it was like henchmen. I just assumed because they looked like gay fucking like gay villain sidekicks. Like if Goldmember from if Goldmember or some Bond villain was really queer, and all of his little minions, if he just had his little minions running around, like they'd look like these two guys. But so that's what I just thought he was making some sort of like obscure reference or joke to it. So, and by that point we were like fucked up too. So I was just rolling with it, laughing. But so then we get back to his house and they start making like the henchman noise from Fortnite, just like blah 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 blah. And I was just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, because I talked to one of them too. Like we got there, and when I was ordering a drink, I just looked next to me, I see this guy, and I was just like, oh, nice fucking glasses, dude. Like, nice fit. So you really dressed up to be here with no one. Fucking nerd. But anyway, they started making the joke, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And sure enough, like, they just start laughing at me because I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about, understandably. And then it literally wasn't until maybe like the next day or two, I think I was at friend Samay's house, and I played a game, and I heard him. I just landed somewhere, and I just hear, bruh. And I was like, oh, shit, that's the fucking henchman noise. What do you know? So, yeah, that's my take on the hench bullshit. How long is this going? I just did, this is probably clocking in around 20 minutes. It doesn't show me on this on GarageBand, which is where I'm recording this. It just says, is that seconds? No, it goes by bars. So I don't know how many minutes 700 bars is. But that's where I'm at right now. And so yeah, last night I got too frustrated last night. I die from the most random shit in that game. I'm the asshole that'll end up killing himself more than other people. Or this literally happened. This literally fucking happened in the game. I was playing with a squad. Forget exactly who it was, but I know for a fact it was with my one friend Samay. We just landed at this one spot. There's a bunch of people. He was like, "Oh, dude, right in front of me, guy right in front of me." So I run behind him. It's me, him, like 3 feet in front of me in the game, and then the guy. The guy's shooting at both of us. I die from directly behind him. Bullets, fucking Matrix style, just pass through him and hit me. I get knocked out somehow, and he just keeps going on his fucking merry way. That shit, like, I literally can't describe how that makes my blood boil. So fucking bad. And I'm at home now with, like, my parents downstairs, so it's not like I can just start screaming and throwing my controller, because then I'll just be like, "Oh, Michael, calm down. It's a video game." It's like, yeah, I know it's a video game. That's why it's so fucking aggravating, because it's a video game. Like, just it's like you can make it anyway, so make it make some sort of sense. okay? It's not like some real world shit where anything can happen. It's a game, okay? Like you can make anything happen, programmers, you fucking nerds. Sit in there and make a game that makes goddamn sense. How about that? That goes for NHL too. I was ranting about that on episode 3. Touch ice, any of you programmers. I swear to God, none of them have even felt a slight chill in the air. They have no fucking clue what it's like to play hockey. Because if they did, they would know that the game that they made no fucking sense as far as hockey goes. So yeah, that's my rant about Fortnite. This is the unofficial 4th episode, the Fortnite episode of The Nest. This is your host, Michael Keller, signing off. Fuck Fortnite, but shout out you guys for wanting me to do this. And I did it now, so fucking share it, assholes. Put it on your stories. I hope it fucking made you laugh. I had fun talking about it because I've had some pent-up rage about Fortnite. So, yeah, a fun game, but makes me want to kill people. So, yeah, Fortnite episode. This is The Nest, and see ya on episode 5. Peace.